because I honestly feel like small boobs are so underrated. When I tell you that I feel you when you asked me that question, because you're just one random person talking on the internet about the things you like. Hello Linda, welcome back to my channel. So today is finally the day that I decide to film second episode of Girl Talk series. I was just scrolling through my old videos and that's when I stumbled upon the very first episode of Girl Talk series, and I was like, you know what, episode 2 of Girl Talk series is long overdue. So I asked you guys over on Instagram to ask me some questions, or just give me some topics that we can discuss in today's episode. And thank you so much for sending in your questions and the topics, because I'm really happy with the topics that we have in today's episode. In case if you guys are clueless as to what this Girl Talk series is all about, Girl Talk series is basically a space where you can just let your heart out, and also a space where we can have healthy discussions about topics that people aren't really comfortable talking about. And in case if you're still clueless, I would highly recommend you guys checking out the first episode so that you get a gist of what this series is all about. And FYI, just because the series is called Girl Talk series, that doesn't mean that only girls can be a part of this video. Anybody can be a part of this video, okay? So without any further ado, let's just start with the video. I'm not sure if you guys can sense the excitement from the screen, but I'm really happy. I am really happy. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys into my face so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. In case if you guys are curious as to what products I'm using on my face, it's all gonna be mentioned in the description box below, so make sure to check it out. Also, I have my phone here with me where I've screenshotted all your questions. And yeah, I think I'm ready for this video. My face is ready for some makeup. Let's start. Okay, so the first question is, can you talk about the struggles of making it in this blogging industry? Newbie here. Okay, so where do I even start? I'm gonna be very honest and straightforward here. I have been blogging since the past almost 2 years now, and I'm still at 429 or 28 subscribers, so I'm sure that tells you how much I have been struggling. Okay, so now I'll tell you what. It is difficult to make your name in this already well-established industry. Now what I mean by that is, India a couple of years ago was still new to this whole blogging culture, and since the past I think 2 to 3 years, I feel like the blogging industry in India has skyrocketed, and literally every other person that you see on the street or come across is probably into blogging and trying to make their career in the blogging industry. But I feel like it's very difficult because people who have already been doing it since the past couple of years and have already made their name in this industry, it is very difficult to compete with them, okay? It's not that, I'm competing with them, it's just that they've kind of made their name. For example, if you talk about fashion, the first person that you think about is Komal Pandey. If you talk about beauty, the first person you think about is Malvika Satrani and then Shreya Jain. So that's what I'm trying to say when I say that it's very difficult to put your name out there, because they already have a huge audience, so it is very difficult. Apart from that, I feel like grabbing people's attention and gaining their trust is really difficult when it comes to blogging, because you're just one random person talking on the internet about the things you like or things you don't like. Why should someone on the other side of the screen should trust you just because you're making like videos and you're talking about something? That has always been a struggle for me when it comes to blogging, and I feel like a lot of you who's watching this video and who's into blogging might agree to the statement. So yeah, that is that. Also, I feel like nailing the algorithm when it comes to this social media platform is something on a whole different level. I to this day struggle with algorithms every time. I'm not gonna lie, there are days when the algorithms, they just work for me, and then there are weeks and months that the algorithm, they just don't work in my favor despite me trying every single thing. So it is something that's really difficult. My engagement was really great when I initially started out, but I think when the pandemic started last year, my engagement went down the drain, because I think Instagram changed their algorithm and I was struggling so bad to get engagement and to get the reach that I always had. Speaking of getting the reach, even now I am struggling with Instagram's algorithms, and sometimes it's good, but most of the times it's so bad. Say I posted a story and I check my Instagram story to check the reach, and only 50 people have watched my story in say about 6 hours. That is very less, wherein earlier I used to get somewhere around 200 to 250 views on my story. So that dropped down for me drastically, and it's something that's really annoying, because Instagram is a platform which I personally use to promote my YouTube content, and I feel like it's a great platform to do that. Plus I also feel like it's a great platform for you to be in touch with subscribers and your followers. It's a great way to interact with them. That's the reason why I am on Instagram. But so yeah, that is why I mostly rely on Instagram, and knowing that how shitty the algorithm is, it's very difficult. Okay, so moving on to next question. I'm struggling to lose weight but cannot control myself when I see junk food. Help. Linda, listen to me. When I tell you that I feel you when you asked me that question, I cannot even stress that enough, how much I feel you. Well, I'm in the same boat as you are, Linda, and don't worry, we're gonna get through it. So yeah, don't feel sad, because honestly, I love food. I mean, food is just great. It instantly makes you so happy, and you know, it just uplifts your mood. What do you even work for? You work to, you know, put good food on the table and eat good food. Yeah, that's what I work for. Okay, so speaking of controlling yourself when it comes to junk food, I mean, junk food is really tempting, I'm not gonna lie here. So see, I'm gonna speak something for myself, okay? I gained so much weight in the past 2 months. I am at my heaviest I have been in my life. By the end of my Delhi trip, I realized that, you know what, my eating habits has gone down the drain. I have no control in me whatsoever, and I realized the fact that, you know, food is always gonna be there, but if I keep eating that food non-stop whenever I want to without having any control whatsoever, I will be gone. I will be gone for sure. So yeah, I realized that, and I made it head straight in my head that, you know what, I need to start taking control. As much as I love food, I cannot let food control me. That realization sort of like helped me to, you know, start eating healthy and start making good choices when it comes to my eating habits. So yeah, that is one of the things. Yeah, one thing I'm definitely gonna tell you for sure is that please don't do any crash diet, okay? I have tried literally every diet there is on the planet of Earth. I've tried keto, I've tried the general diet, I've literally tried everything, and they all seem to work for me. But then as soon as I get off the diet, I start gaining the weight all over again, and it happens really quick. I've learned this the hard way that, you know, no matter what you do, you shouldn't be doing crash diets, because it's not gonna help you in the longer run. Whenever you talk about losing weight and, you know, becoming more like healthy, I feel like a lot of time what people end up doing is they go all out. They put all these restrictions on themselves, and I feel like that is not the right way to go about it. Because think about it like this, like you've been eating all those things and you eating habit that you've been following since you were born. To give up that habit overnight, it's very difficult to give up that habit, you know, and just take it slow and don't go all out at once. That is definitely for sure, because what it's gonna do is really gonna work for a couple of days, but then eventually you will be like, yaar, ek hafte se I haven't had any carbs, I need to do a cheat day. So that cheat day becomes a cheat week. So I feel like go slow. The thing that I've been following and that seems to work for me is that I start with whatever I'm comfortable with. So for me, I am not huge on working out and exercising. Like, I find it very easier to control my eating habits over working out. So what I am currently doing is that I am slowly starting to control my eating habits, in the sense that, you know, I am avoiding junk food, I am avoiding sugar. Whenever I'm having a meal, I'm trying to have like a healthy portion, as to earlier that I used to be like bhar ke lo. It's not like that. So that is something that I feel like that works for me, and I feel like it's very easier to do. Because honestly, in the past I've done this wherein, you know, I used to go all out. Like, I used to follow this diet, and then I used to also force myself to work out, but I honestly wasn't feeling 100%. But this time around it is very different, because I am taking it slow, I'm taking baby steps. So initially what I'm doing is I'm just controlling my eating habits for now, and then eventually I'll introduce exercise. It may be the other way around for you. So yes, start with either or, and this way I feel like, you know, I don't end up getting a lot of cravings, wherein earlier I was depriving myself from eating a lot of things, plus I'm also working out. So in the end, what used to happen is that I used to go on this binge eating week where I used to just eat and only eat. But this time around it's different for me. I'm just taking it slow. Just do that. Also, when we speak about, you know, controlling your eating habits, a lot of times people go hard on themselves in the sense that, you know, they make this like a vachan that, you know, they're not gonna eat anything junk for good 2 months, which is not right. I don't feel like it's a good approach to it. If you are someone who's trying to get into that healthy habit and who isn't used to eating good and having that control over yourself, it's gonna be very difficult. So when I started out like almost 3 weeks ago with my eating habits, what I did was, obviously I controlled my eating habits, I changed my eating habits, but what I did was I did not have this mentality to it that for like 1 month straight I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna eat that. And in fact, even now I have not excluded anything from my diet other than junk food and sugar. Okay, but having said that, after 15 days I had a cheat day, or I had a burger, and that's absolutely fine. It's not that one day is gonna make a hell lot of a difference. Just make sure that it does not turn into a cheat week. That's what I made sure. And I feel like one of the things why it worked for me is because I wasn't restricting myself to not have all these things. I was able to control myself, and even after having like one burger and a small packet of fries, I was like really happy and content with that, and I didn't feel like binge eating and eating a lot of junk after that. It's really sufficed my craving and I felt good. And the next meal that I had was basic ghar ka khana, dal, chawal, sabji, chicken, roti and all of that. Just don't go with a mindset that, you know, okay, that I need to do this only. Okay, just take it slow. There is something that has definitely worked for me and is a lot easier as compared to, you know, having like a strict to-do list. It's okay, losing weight and gaining weight, it's all a process. It does take time. Just try making small changes rather than making big changes altogether. I hope that makes sense. Okay, moving on, we have another great topic. Can we normalize small boobs, please? All I see is girls showing off their big B, and what about girls with small boobs? Barely see anyone embracing them. Hell to the yeah. Finally someone brought this topic up, and I'm so happy that you did, because I honestly feel like small boobs are so underrated. And I feel like it's so true that, you know, people don't really talk about small boobs as much as they talk about big boobs and how to embrace it and how to be confident having big boobs. Like, that is all okay, but rarely do I come across someone talking about small tits. Hello, we also need the love and attention, because hell yeah, we do. Anyways, like I mentioned earlier, small boobs are so underrated, and being someone who is from the small boobs department, I can say that for sure, that I also feel insecure about my small boobs. Okay, I don't have huge boobs to flaunt, and I don't have like double D's that I can show off and be like, oh my god, I've got boobies, you know. Well, I don't know why I did that, but anyways, I feel like small boobs are not given the attention that they deserve. Speaking of small boobies, there's so much pros to having small boobs. I do realize that every now and then when I see the struggles that people face when they have big jugs. First of all, having small boobs, that means you can go bra free anywhere. Not that I'm saying that you cannot go braless if you have big boobs, you do you boo, but I feel like people with small boobs, it's a lot easier to go braless as compared to people with big boobs. So please don't at me. Also, they don't have to go through that pain of, you know, handling so much weight on their chest. A lot of my friends who have like big boobs, they complain about the fact that, you know, it is painful, it is so uncomfortable. They complain about having big boobs, and they always constantly complain about having back pain and, you know, all of that, which I have never complained about back pain. I mean, I do get back pain every now and then, but it's not because of my boobs or, you know, not because of the weight that I carry around my chest area. It's just because, you know, I have a bad posture. So yeah, that is great that I don't have to deal with that every single day. So hell yeah. Another pro of having small boob is that, you know, you don't have creeps staring at your boobs and staring at your cleavage at all times. Wherein if you're someone who has big boobs, you get a lot of stares from from everyone, be it a guy, be it creeps, be it girls, because let's be honest, it definitely catches your attention in case if you have big boobs. But for someone who doesn't, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about a guy talking to you and not making eye contact and instead making a boob contact. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's great. Another pro, see, there are so many pros of having small boobs. Working out is not a stress. I know for a fact that people with big boobs struggle working out, especially if they are doing any sort of, you know, jumping or running. It is very difficult. People on the other hand who have small boobs, it's very easy. They don't have to worry about, you know, sports bra not giving them additional support, like the support that they need, and they don't have to worry about their boobs literally hitting their face in case if they start running or jumping. You know, so in that sense it's great to have small boobs. Having said that, I'm not gonna lie that, you know, I'm very comfortable having small boobs. There are certain days where I feel like I want to have big boobs. It's just, you're a human being, you're prone to having different choices and you're prone to having different thoughts every other day. So yeah, sometimes I do feel like, you know, I wish I had bigger boobs. It's okay, it's only sometimes that happens to me. And at the end of the day, in case if you are really unhappy about your small boobs, you can always go and can get your breasts done and you'll be good to go. If you want bigger boobs, you can do that. So speaking of small boobs, let's start a campaign where we girls with small boobs start loving and embracing them. So I'm gonna do it. I am #SmallTittiesClub, and I'm not shameful about that, and I feel like people with small boobs should also embrace it as much as people embrace their big boobs. And I feel like all boobs are just beautiful regardless the shape or size that they are in. So just forget everything and just embrace your... Okay, so the next question is, can you talk about your bullying story? I remember seeing one of your stories. Oh boy. Okay. Yes, I did briefly mention this in one of my stories that I did way back, that I was bullied in my school. I feel like my bullying story is kind of different because a lot of time when you hear about bullying stories, it's always the children or the kids who bully other kids, but in my case it was completely different. I hated my school life because of that. The teachers made it basically a nightmare for me, and I was always the one who was pointed at for everything. I'm gonna tell you about certain stories that happened with me, but there was so many times where I was shamed because I was wearing denim outside school post my school hours. Okay, so what happened was, one day I was just wearing a denim and I think I was going to my tuition or classes or something. That's when one of my PT teachers saw me wearing denim, which is okay na, sham ho gayi hai, school subah ka khatam ho gaya and all of that. So I was like, okay, she saw me. And then the next day she called me. She said, I wanted to talk to you. And then I went there and there were a couple of different other teachers with her as well, and then they took my case. She was like, yeah, how dare you wear denim, like don't you feel ashamed to wear denim? And mind you, I wasn't even wearing those ripped denim or anything of those sorts. I was just wearing normal denim. It was not like I was wearing shorts showing my butt cheek, walking in the middle of the road. It was nothing of those sorts. But then yeah, she decided to, you know, just call me out for wearing denim. So yeah, that was one of the incidents that happened. Even my principal, for that matter, she was just after my life. There was this one incident in which we went to a school picnic. Yeah, Mathiran or Mahabaleshwar, it was either or. For 2 days, they asked us not to carry our uniform, which is cool. So they gave the girls a dress code that they're not supposed to wear anything tight-fitted or anything like above the knee length, and no strapless t-shirt or top or anything of those sorts. No, nothing with deep neck, which was all cool. So I packed my bags accordingly. The next day what happened was, it was just the start of our day. We had our breakfast and then there was this meeting that our principal arranged, and they were like, I want to speak to all the girls. They made us stand like in a circle, and then there were all the teachers and the principal as well, and then in the middle of it she just decided to call me out. Like she was like, Marjorie, I don't like what you're wearing. And mind you, I was wearing like those bell bottom ka denim nahi hota, because those were in those days. So I was wearing that, and I was wearing a cap sleeves wala t-shirt, like it was like this thing, and it was like a buttoned up shirt which was basically covered till here. It had collar vagera. So I don't know why she called me out of nowhere. Wherein another girl who, I think her dad was the trustee in our school or one of the members, like trustee members in our school, she was wearing basically everything that was against the dress code. She was wearing leggings leggings which was like tight fitted. Hello, not allowed. She was wearing this v-neck wala top. It was up to her butt, but her butt was pretty much showing, so it was that, and teachers were all okay with what she was wearing. And here I am, covered from head to toe, and she decides to call me out in front of everyone, and it was so not cool. And I feel like it's so sad that, you know, I had to go through all of that. I feel like teachers are your resort when it comes to anything unfair that's happening in the school. But then what do you do if the teachers itself are, you know, doing all of this to you? Felt very alone in that sense, and I felt very left out. I was like, who should I reach out to? Like, teachers are bullying me, and who do I reach out to for help? I only shared it with my mom. And speaking of that, even my mom got shamed because she allowed me to use a phone. So there was this one time when I used to go to a tuition. I used to get over like pretty late at night, like around 8:30ish, 8:30, sometimes 9ish. So she gave me a phone so that every time, in case if there's any emergency, I can just give her a call and she can come to pick me up or anything of those sort, or help me out. My principal ended up seeing that I had a phone in my hand while I was returning home one day, and then the next day she called my mom, and then she started giving her lecture that how dare you give her a phone, why are you giving her a phone, how can you do this despite being a mother. First of all, you let her wear jeans. Second of all, you let her be out of the house this late at night. What are you teaching your daughter? So basically they not only just shamed me, but they also shamed my mother for her choices. Hope that they have changed and they are not like they used to anymore. But yeah, one of the reasons why I hated my school is because of that. And yeah, that is my bullying story. I have a lot of stories that I can share, but I just don't want to because I don't want to go there. Anyways, you guys get the point. So that's how my teachers basically bullied me in school, and it's just a shame that me being a kid I had to go through, and I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like there are kids who are bullied in school, college, by kids or by teachers. Bullying in itself is not very cool. Bullying someone doesn't make you cool whatsoever, okay? So please stop doing that in case if you're bullying someone. It just leaves so much trauma in their head. Okay, so those were all the questions for today, and I didn't realize that it's gonna be that quick. But anyways, let me just do the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'm gonna see you right back. Okay, so those were all the questions that I got, and thank you so much for everyone who sent in their questions. It means so much to me that you guys are also so interested to be a part of this series, because it just motivates me to, you know, create more. And I'm just really happy that you guys are also on board with this, and it just makes me so happy, you know. Okay, so with that, you guys, we are at the end of this video. In case if you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure to like this video and also share this video with your friends and family. And in case if you haven't already, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification to be notified every time I post a new video. And come follow me on Instagram, you guys, because that's the place where I love talking to you guys and interact with you guys over DMs and all of that. So that's fun. So make sure to follow me there. And yeah, with that, you guys, I am gonna take a leave, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye, Linda.